Oh, yeah, no, we got the full Waffen SS over here, the Schutzstaffel with their black uniforms, black boots, bulletproof vests, full-on, hard-on military apparel with all sorts of bristling with poison weapons, and, of course, their Tetra wave radios that are frying their brains. These guys don't know what they're in when they're in a cop car. They're in a microwave, a literal microwave. They're getting cooked. These guys, and this was a report that came out a couple of years back. I had someone on, forget their name, that was talking about the Tetra waves and the incidences of brain cancer and what have you, and the damage that these Tetra waves are doing to police officers. And you got to remember, the vast majority of police, they're good people. They've just been misguided. The ones that you're going to have problems with are the ones that are in it for the power, for the greed, and for the lust of it, and jarheads, what have you. And I'll tell you, if you start waking up at all inside the police departments, they get rid of you right quick, because they don't want intelligent people catching on in there. And I know for a fact, well, here's an example of Bindi in Holland. The Rotterdam police are calling her the cop capturer. 3 months ago, she came into contact with a few police or whatever, and after talking to a few of them, 3 of them decided to quit and start up a bike repair shop, because they got it immediately that, oh, okay, I don't want to take part in that stuff anymore. And she's up to 15 cops have left now, so they're the Rotterdam police are calling her the cop capturer, and that's passing the Babylon has fallen. Did you know you're a criminal? Attention law enforcement. And all of this stuff's on my website, creativegaia.wordpress.com. It's shutting everything down everywhere. It's 100% success rate. So if you guys want to figure out how to stay in jail, then follow Dean Clifford's process. He's still in jail. He'll probably enjoy your company. Scott Hochstetter, recently of the Free Man Movement, in jail, $100,000 bond, 180 days for contempt of court, because he tried to tell the court that he wasn't the name. And the judge, unfortunately for Scott, a couple of months prior, had seen Scott, and it says right in the video, Scott, well, hey, you were here, you identified to that name last time, so I'm going to assume and presume it this time. And they really roughhoused him because, well, that's what you do to criminals that are trying to aid and abet fraud in a courtroom. Remember, you walk into a courtroom with a legal name saying you're not a legal name, you're actually aiding and abetting the judge into a crime now. And they're going to throw you away for either contempt of court or psychiatric assessment. Can I tell you how Judge Kate would be in a courtroom?
Let's hear that.
Yeah, my courtroom's really easy, right? I only let people in one at a time, because I only need one to get this, and you'll see why in a second. You're a free man, let's say, and you're walking in trying to pull off some beneficiary, executor, any of their legal bullshit nonsense. Don't even think about that stuff. You speak that language, you're speaking Babel to me. I don't do that. I used to speak Babel. But you walk into my courtroom, I'm on the bench, and you're trying to tell me that you're not a legal name on that piece of paper that you're standing there in front of me with. The first thing I'm going to ask you, well, what are you crazy? If you're not that name, then what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I got a psychiatrist in my courtroom, do a quick assessment. Seems pretty rational. No, that's a pretty good deduction of reasoning. Okay, let's move to the next step. Well, you're here. Sorry, you think you're the legal name. And if you think you're the legal name because you're here, something told you needed to be here, that's you, not me. That's a piece of paper. It didn't tell you anything. It's just squiggles on a piece of paper. You're here, so that means that you are now a false impersonator. You are now committing fraud. You are using copyrighted material that belongs to another without their permission. Mail fraud, because you opened up something that came in the mail that wasn't addressed to you. Mail tampering, the list goes on and on. Many of them are capital crimes. So right beside the psychiatrist, I have a fully assembled, fully operational guillotine. So I get the bailiff to take that free man, throw him on the guillotine, face up, head the fuck off, and out through the door with the body dragging and the head being held in the hair, and all the other free men that are standing in the lineup. I'm going to get the bailiff to laugh when he says, this guy thought he wasn't a legal name, but he was still here. How many do you think are going to hang around that lineup?
They'll be running, heading for the hills, man.
Like I said, if but one shall awaken, and I don't care. Off with his head. Queen of Hearts, baby.